Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. The nicer you are to people doing work in your home, the better the work you'll get done in your home. People this damn rude boggle my mind. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Doing a delivery driver a favor ends in a gym junkie getting what he deserves. On a day off from lifting heavy sofas, I got a call from John, a contract driver. He had injured his wrist and needed help completing his delivery run for the day. I saved my replay of Uncharted 2 and made my way to the warehouse to see what was up. John was there to meet me. He had to deliver an extremely heavy 3-seater sofa bed. I checked the delivery run, and sure enough, there was a note attached to this particular delivery. $100 cash, and it had to go up a few flights of stairs with the possibility of a balcony lift. I grabbed my cell and gave the customer a call. The phone rings a few times, and suddenly the customer answers. Customer: what? Me: hi, I'm calling in regards to your delivery. Customer: yeah? Me: just confirming it's $100 for delivery, and it says here there's a possibility of a balcony lift. Customer: if you do your job properly, I won't need a lift, bro. Me: well, sir, depending on your access, you could be looking at anything from a standard balcony lift, which costs $130, or I might need to set up a pulley system or hire a small crane. Customer: just deliver my effing sofa. The customer hangs up. I relay everything to John, who insists on coming with me. I take over driving responsibilities. John insists he can use his hand for a pulling motion, but not to actually lift the lounge and take the majority of the weight. We get to the customer's house when my phone lights up. It's the customer. Me: hello? Customer: where the F are you? Me: just pulled up, sir. I get out of the truck and walk over to the entrance to the apartment. Customer comes out onto the balcony. Let me paint the picture for you. He had a stringy mullet, think Jean-Claude Van Damme from Hard Target / Time Cop, 3 gold chains, and the bloated body of a steroid-using gym junkie. He spies me and makes his way downstairs. I intercept him at the door and relay the problem to him, explaining John has a sore wrist and if there's anything he could do to help, I'd happily refund half his delivery fee. The customer laughs and tells me to get effed and do my job. He takes out $100 cash and tosses it at me. I grab the bills before they fall and sigh. I tell John to go upstairs with the customer. I'll do the brunt of the work. I unload the sofa, wheel it over to the bottom of the balcony, and stand it upright. John appears on the balcony and reaches down, his fingers grabbing the sofa bag. I lift the lounge as much as I can as John grabs it, trying to lift it onto the balcony. The customer's getting visibly annoyed, telling John to hurry up and stop being such a bee. John tells the customer to just relax. Customer: I could easily get this done twice as fast. Me: well, why don't you come down here and show me? Customer storms downstairs. He tries to shove me out of the way, but I brace against the lounge so it doesn't crush us. Me: just take it easy and give me a hand. Customer: give me my money back. I'll effing do it myself, bro. Well, bro, your wish is my command. I nodded him to take over. The gym dude shoved his way under the sofa as I nod to John, who let go of his end, leaving it balanced precariously on the edge of the balcony. The gym douche starts to panic as he realizes exactly how heavy this thing is. I see his shoulder and arm start shaking as he yells at us to get the F back here and help. I take the 2 $50 notes he threw at me and slip them back into his pocket, all the while maintaining eye contact. Good luck doing it yourself, bro. And our second story. Ex-girlfriend wants to cut off our electricity? No problem. I was living with my girlfriend and a roommate, and we split the cost of every bill evenly, even though each bill was in one person's name. Well, that was the idea, but I naively helped my girlfriend pay her part of the bills, i.e. paid completely for most of them. The rent was in my name, the electricity in my girlfriend's, etc. Well, I eventually got tired of her crap, arguments, smelly gerbils, not doing chores, and we broke up. It was messy. She took ages to move out, making sure to mooch every penny she could before leaving. When she left, I immediately started a new electricity account in my name. A week later, I got a letter of confirmation in the mail, but I also received the electricity bill for the last 3 months my ex was living with us. I opened it without thinking. We couldn't even pay it if we wanted to because the bill was in her name. I shot her a text. Me, yo, you got the electricity bill in the mail. It's $120, so come pick up $40 from each of us. X, where's the other $40? We agreed I wouldn't pay bills after I move out, as if she did before. Me, you were still living here for the time period of the bill. X, this is bullcrap. I'm not going to pay a thing. We had an agreement. Me, well, you can come over to get our part, or you can pay it alone. X, the way I see it, you can either bring the $120 to my place or have fun in the dark, LOL. Me, you got me there. At this point, I realized she doesn't know I started my own account with the electricity provider. She thought that by refusing to pay, the provider would cut our lights. Good way to mooch another $40 from us, right? But that's not quite what happened. A few weeks later, I received another letter from electric company with her name on it, probably a late payment warning. I sent her a text and tell her, and she responded, LOL, why are you so desperate to talk to me? You know what you have to do. Another letter came in for her. This one was probably late fees. I have to guess because I never opened them. I messaged her and she said, I thought I told you to never talk to me again. As you wish, ma'am. More letters arrived, but from a new address. I Googled the new sender's address and found that they were debt collectors. Scary stuff. It's too bad I couldn't say a word to her. Now, about 2 or 3 months later, I received a phone call from my ex and I'm greeted by, what the F? These people are calling my parents' house. I've got all these late fees. Bah, debt collectors. I told her if she wants our part of the bill, she knows what to do. Realizing that she had no other choice, she caved and came for the money. My roommate and I didn't give her a cent toward late fees, and I probably looked so effing smug giving her my money for the last time. You did all the right things, even if she never bothered to listen. And our next story. Won't share? Fine. We'll respect your wishes. Well, this just happened. We have a regular hangout day at either one of the houses. We've been doing this for a couple of years since the pandemic. It was at a local Denny's or IHOP previously. Since we're all old folks and lazy, like really old, between 30 and 50, we've been ordering delivery from a rotation of places. It's not cheap, but this is a once a month or so thing, so it actually works out cheaper than going out to a restaurant. We split up the food and costs, and it works out nicely, even with delivery surcharges. We also split up the cost of a movie purchase/rental, a few bucks for the host, etc. And I do mean we're lazy in that none of us can be bothered to tally up individual costs and tips and do highly complex math involving decimals and numbers over 10 on our leisure time. At the last gathering, we'd ordered food. The new guy, co-worker of the host, complained that it was too expensive and he didn't think it was fair as he wouldn't eat a lot. He ordered a small wing plate of 6 wings and paid exactly for that plus the tax. No tip, no split of surcharges. When the food arrived, you guessed it, he ate some of everything, took a share of the leftovers too. So this past weekend, we were ready. When it came time to order, we insisted that he order separately from us. It's only fair. We have to respect his wishes. Yeah, man, we're thinking of you. You're right, man. It's not fair to you. Our portion came to $160. Sounds like a lot, but it was a ton of food split among 4 of us. His bill, $30. This for 6 chicken wings and some sauce. Not sure how long he'll continue. It was a bit cruel, but we're a-holes. All of us. And our second story. And our last story. I just found out that a warehouse is being built on land that I own. I was never told about it, and I didn't sell my land to anyone. I own property in North Carolina. It's a piece of land on the outskirts of a town/small city that's slowly expanding. It used to be farmland, and there was an old house of little value. I live out of state and had not visited the place in 8 years. No one's been living in the house for the past 18 months. After all this time, I just went to have a look at my property. I was in for quite a shock as I arrived where my house used to be. The house has been torn down and there's a construction crew working all over my lot. They said they're building a warehouse and offices. There's a huge hole in the ground. As I was there were 2 excavators digging further into my land. A small hill that was there was flattened. I couldn't believe it, because I've not been told about my land being used for construction ever. I haven't sold my land or the house. I've never been called by anyone seeking to buy it. As I was driving there, I noticed that the city has expanded and there are now buildings much closer to my land than ever before, but I had no idea that my own land was being used for development. This is so crazy, I can't believe I'm even typing this. I pay the property tax on this lot every year. It's my name on the title. I'm livid. My land was taken from me without anyone telling me about it. I want to make sure the construction crew stop working on my property immediately, then I want someone to explain to me how this could happen, and of course get appropriate compensation from whoever's responsible. I tried talking to the workers, but they wouldn't listen. It took about a whole year to my lawyer to understand what happened and find a solution that would best serve my interests. What happened can be described as a succession of screw-ups and negligence by various county services and people who had an interest in not looking too closely into the matter. It was a matter of incompetence and negligence rather than illegal actions, it seems. Still very frustrating for me. The first problem was that the taxes I paid for that piece of land were applied to another parcel that a family member owns. As a result, the property tax on my parcel appeared delinquent. I was never made aware of this because the, apparently, only delinquent notice that was sent was addressed to my elderly uncle, who used to live on the premises and had passed away a few months before. This is infuriating because the taxes were sent to me in Michigan, so they knew where to find me, but the delinquent notice was sent to a different address due to miscommunication between two services. The fact that my uncle and I have similar names, like I'm Michael John Doe and he was John Doe, likely added to the confusion. As a consequence of the unpaid taxes, my land was foreclosed and sold. The processes were expedited and minimal effort was put into trying to reach me. There were other things that happened which were not really illegal, more like neglectful, but I won't describe them here on the advice of my lawyer. Apparently at some point, some procedure wasn't completely respected, and I could have had an argument to sue and win. My attorney told me to prepare for an uphill battle, though, and one that would have been long and costly. In the meantime, my attorney communicated with the company that was having the buildings constructed. They decided to pause the construction to evaluate the situation. Then they restarted, then stopped again. Probably they were advised that we had grounds to sue and the proceedings could last forever. There didn't appear to be any mistake or illegality from their side, but likely they didn't want to waste any time on that, so after negotiating with my attorney, they made an offer that I accepted in exchange for me not to claim my land back. I might have gotten more from suing everyone, but I wasn't ready for years of legal battle. I'm bitter that land that belonged to my family for over a century was taken from me like that. However, in the end, I was compensated fairly and rather easily, so I can't really complain. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.